You guys, we got big news about the farm. Stay tuned till the end, we'll talk about it. Lighting that fire over there was a huge mistake and it's cost us 2 days. Oh, bluebell. Hey everybody, I am Ty. Welcome back to Wallace Family Farm and Outdoors. As you can see, we're starting out this week on the tractor. We are down here on our creek bottom and we're brush hogging. We're about to burn a brush pile. We're about to tear up some trees. So, if you like that stuff, if you like outdoor projects, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Give the video a like. I came down here the other day and I mowed this without you guys. I'm sorry. But we've been kind of fighting a little sickness and I just wanted to get out of the house and do something. Look at how good it turned out. So we got to burn, obviously we got to burn that brush pile. We got to move that one that we burned over there, burn with it. Man, creek bottom's looking really nice. This stuff we burned, so it's set back just a little bit. But look how nice this fescue looks. Looks really good. So we're gonna go over there. There's a fence line, old fence that runs that way, right where those trees are. We're gonna go over there and start mowing. Maybe we'll bring down the skid steer, take out some more trees off the hill, take some trees out of that fence line. We need to do some dragging. We need to go feed the cows. We could get over the sickness. I'd go get an aerator, but the lady I've made the deal with to borrow the aerator, I don't want to get her sick because she probably wouldn't appreciate that. So let's get to mowing. So if you guys are new to the channel, my wife Kirsten and I live in Oklahoma with our 3 little boys. We've got cows, pigs, chickens, and a donkey named Hank. Hopefully we're gonna add some bees to that soon. We've got a little baby bottle calf we call Bluebell. And we're excited to have you as part of our small family farm here in the great state of Oklahoma. We bought this 40 acres in 2024 after we had a house fire. We have another piece of property and we are always working on it. We've always got some sort of project going on, so stick around. Wanted to show you guys a little bit of what we've got to mow over here. This would probably burn pretty well, but we've got a lot of green grass, and I'm thinking if we just knock it down, maybe that'll be the best bet. I don't know if you can see it, there's like a green little, all these little trees and stuff. Knock all them down. All these stemmy sprouts popping up from what we mowed down last year, like this. We got to come down with the skid steer and grapple. There's a big tree limb underneath there. We've got some branches underneath that tree we need to grab. And then we've got a burnt tree over there that had fallen on the fence that I cleaned up. We got to bring the tree puller down here, pull up a bunch of trees. This has been my winter project, but I'm not where I want to be on it. So we got to get something done today. I'm hoping that by mowing it, it'll kind of give me more of an idea of what I need to get with the tree puller on the skid steer. So here we go. I guess this is one of the forms of retail therapy. You'll buy yourself a tractor, and this is one of the most relaxing things you can do, is come mow your pasture, drag your pasture, plant something, work on your place. It is hard to beat. So this property is split in two. The other side we burnt a few weeks ago. Go back and watch that video if you haven't checked it out yet. It was about 12 acres. I burned it by myself. Beautiful day, just like today. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that grows versus how this grows, not being burned and instead using a brush hog. So I always like to compare and see what works better. If you guys have opinions on it, you know, spraying versus burning versus brush hogging versus a little bit of everything, make sure to leave a comment. We love hearing what you think. So I've been working on this for a few hours. I want to show you guys what progress we've made. Looks so much better. I love that. Nice, clean look. We got to come back. We got to come back with the skid steer, and we got a lot to do. We got to get that big limb. We got to get that pile that's burnt up. Got another pile that's burned up over there. We got another limp brush pile that's burned, big limb over there, but it looks so much better. I'm really debating on what to do down here. Do you guys think we should come in here with a no-till drill and plant some sort of cover crop mix, like warm weather cover crop mix? Do you guys think we should just fertilize and see what happens? Really curious for your input. I think this is gonna sound kind of corny. My dream for this is I want it to look like a state park. I just want it to be beautiful. All of our pecan trees, we got to clean up underneath them. That's kind of my big goal before it gets too hot. I just want it to be nice, manicured, looking so nice. Maybe some good spots to get down to the creek. I didn't worry about that over there because it's just a little spot. The creek is just right on the other side of that brush pile. Mowed underneath the power lines. It came out looking really nice. So, really exciting stuff. Got to go check on Kirsten and the boys. We may go feed the cows. I might talk her into letting me bring the skid steer down here this evening if she doesn't mind putting up with the boys by herself for a little while. They get a little bit. 3 boys, 1 11, 1 3, and 1 9-month-old. You can imagine they get a little bit hard to handle by yourself. Kirsten was supposed to work today. They called her about 4 o'clock this morning and said, hey, you don't need to come in. We don't have enough patients. She's a nurse. And thank goodness, we were all hoping last night that she'd get to stay home. Weekends are a lot better when Mama gets to stay home. So both for the boys and for me, because we all start getting on each other's nerves, and it's a lot more fun having Mom around. Walked back up here to the house, and we've walked up on Bluebell in his post-milk coma. What are you doing, Bubba? Oh, Bluebell. See, his knees are getting... Being a porch cow, not all fun and games. You get your knees kind of scratched up from laying on the concrete, huh, Bubba? No, I don't have any milk. Mama said she just fed you. No, I don't have milk. Go, son. Go, son. You beast. Go get in the sun. Collar's about to have to be loosened. It's hard to go anywhere that Bluebell is not wanting some milk. And yeah, we feed him at least 2.5 bottles a day, so he's not hurting. We've started trying to feed him feed, and fed him a little bit by hand last night, but Kirsten just said he didn't want to eat any this morning, so. We really want to burn, but there's a little bit of south wind. Look at that cow. She's been off by herself. Might have a baby over there. Stinking flies.
Am I bothering y'all? What's she doing over there?
He thinks he's tough. You hear him? Brr, brr, brr. So we banded those calves last week. We need to take some to the sale when their man parts go away. They're crimping up. She don't have a calf.
So you got a big bag. Does she already have a baby, or?
I don't think so. Look at her. She looks like she's getting loose.
Are you gonna have a baby girl?
Buck is on one today. He is very bossy. We are in much need of some rain, but they say it's coming all next week. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain, babe. Buck has heard me calling Kirsten babe and baby, and so now he calls everybody babe and baby. Big help. You get it? You need help?
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. Watch. Take this, put it around. Buck's main priority when we come over here is go to the little pond.
Man, that's so heavy for me.
Here we go. Do you need help?
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Good job.
Wow, that's like bang.
Oh, did it.
You wanted me to.
How you feel about your decision?
It's pretty calm. What do you think? I think the kids may not like it. Quit giving me that look.
Look at all the green grass underneath there,
Yeah. I don't know if it's good or bad that we're burning it. Not how we normally do things. 'Cause normally I start burning against the wind, but
Hey, Dad.
that's actually great. Because it's burning into nothing going that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got this fire going. I'm just sitting. We're on the north end. We started on the south end. We got kind of shifting winds going a little bit out of the east, a little bit out of the south. So we started on that end and I'm setting a series of consecutive fires. That way none of them build up so much energy that they're just a towering inferno. We've got the road as our roadblock, and I'm setting my fire's basically against a trail that has a bunch of green in it, so it slows the fire down just a little bit. And as you can tell, we're not burning too quickly. So getting a little bit of a burn, but nothing crazy. Getting a little bit of a south wind now. It's been out of the east. So you can see that in the very far back, it's starting to get a pretty good fire going, but it'll burn into the next fire, which will slow it down. So just letting them burn into each other. Getting some like little cyclones whipping up with that fire in the middle. That backfire, oh, look at them. My goal is to just I don't want them building up enough energy that they just take off. It's like these little fires, you know, you start the little fire to block the big fire, basically. See how that one's it's getting pretty built up. See how the flames are so much higher? And then it's gonna burn into this smaller one. It's just gonna go out. It doesn't have any more fuel. This one's getting a little, it's trying to take off. Quite a bit of green grass out in front of me though, so a little hard for it to do anything. It doesn't have enough. It's all about fuel and oxygen. It doesn't have the fuel and the oxygen. It's just not gonna do anything. Wind's being really weird though. It's kind of changing out of the east to the south. One day, my goal is to have a skid mounted tank with a sprayer. Man, if you had that on a skid steer, if you had like a big tank on a skid steer where one guy could drive the skid steer or one girl, and then somebody could be out running a hose and you could have your fire going and be making fire lines, all self-contained in that skid steer. Oh my gosh. Talk about some controlled burns. Man, you could be doing some work. We're pretty well out here in the grass. Did exactly what we wanted, burned into each other. There's gonna be some brush piles burning, so this may be a little bit of a commitment staying here. I'm very surprised. It burned pretty far into the green grass. I did not think it would be burning out here. Guess it's just got enough of that dead material left that it can keep going. Don't really want to burn across this field, because then I'm going to get into more fire territory. I really thought this was going to be my fire break, and it's trying to cross it on me, so that's not good. Hopefully it won't make it. May have to whip out Das Boot fire extinguisher and get to stomping. Okay, you guys, so we set that fire over here in that wooded area yesterday, and I was over here till about 10 o'clock last night trying to make sure it stayed where I wanted it to. Winds are going to be a little bit higher today, but it's pretty well burnt out. We'll go look at it here in just a minute. But I came over and I looked to the south, and I see a cow out in the pasture by herself. And we may have a baby, so we're gonna go check on them, see how they're doing. And then we'll go check out the fire, and I'll show you guys. It burned really well, but it reminded me how many rocks we've got over there. That's like the one spot on this place where there's a bunch of rocks. So it makes me wish I had one of those Chinese rock crushers. I could put the boys to work picking up rocks and making gravel. But we'll go down here and check on this cow and hopefully calf and see what's going on. Yep, I see a baby. We got a Bluebell Junior here. Let's hope that when we pull up here, he takes off. Mama's already looking at me. It's that cow we were just talking about. Hey, buddy. You doing good? Mama. Oh, there we go. That's what I want right there. Look at him, Mama. There we go. That's what we like to see. See how he popped up there and he was ready to go? That's what I want to see. I want him running away from me. I hope that doesn't sound bad, but if they're up and they're moving around like that, that's a pretty good sign. Trying to get some milk from Mama. So that's a heifer from one of our cows, or she's not a heifer, but that's a cow we've raised. We didn't buy her. She's We raised her from a calf and kept her, so looks like they're doing good. We'll go check on this fire and I'll show you guys how it did. That's so exciting. That's unproblematic calf number 1 of the year, because obviously Bluebell had his issues, came a little bit early, and we've had to do so much with him, so it's always nice to see when their nature is taking its course. You don't have to intervene really. So we can get a few more like that, we'll be doing good. I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again because I know it's going to come up. We had a house fire back in 2023. Before that, I always separated my bull, and he would go in a little kind of trap area that we have up here that's a few acres. And when we had that fire, I was in the middle of redoing a whole bunch of fencing, and whenever things like that happen, your life just kind of, things go on the back burner, and that went on the back burner. So our bull has been running with the cows essentially since that happened. So if you say, dude, you're screwing up, your calving's all over the place and you need to be separating your bull, that's the backstory to that. I agree, and we used to do it, but life happened and we're having to get back on track with it. So that's that. So this is maybe the best view of how that fire went. Burned really well. Maybe you can hear now. I don't know how good of a job the mic's doing blocking it, but we got some wind picking up today. We've got to come over with the skid steer. We have so much work to do over here with the skid steer. Sorting, there's brush piles that were pushed up. We got to sort through those, get all the trees out. We got a brush pile over there we got to sort through and get all the trees out, and we got to make new piles to burn again. But all that was grown up. We've burned it all. We've burned through the timber. So those brush piles are just burning just a little bit. But what scared me yesterday, I didn't capture a lot of it because I was fighting a fire with my boots, stomping out into this field. I couldn't believe it burned so far out into this field. There's not a lot going on out here. There is some green grass, but it kept wanting to burn out here, and I didn't want it going all the way the road. I didn't want it going all the way to where our house was, which is where that white pipe fence is. So I tried to stop it. Thank goodness we did, but you can kind of see these old brush piles and stuff. We've just got to come over, and maybe next weekend. Nah, probably not next weekend. Hopefully in the near future, I'll put it that way, we can come over and sort this stuff out, get it all put together in a pile again, and reburn it once the green grass really comes on. We've got our first week of rain. We are struggling this year with our moisture this winter, but we are supposed to have a week of rain coming on, I think starting Monday, and we need it bad. The pond's 2 or 3 feet down. Pond at the house is going dry, so we need some rain. Speaking of the pond at the house, we're gonna go home, hopefully get in the skid steer, take the grapple down there, and put together all those brush piles that were burned. That way whenever we get a calm day, we can burn those. So let's go home and check on Kirsten and the boys, tell them about the calf, and we'll go try to do that. Quaid is like a redneck. You like my mic? It's like we're ABC News. Quaid's like a redneck engineer, so we wanted to show y'all what he's come up with. Let's go interview him. Quaid, can you tell us what we've got going on over here?
Got one bucket, and I got a pump, and it's making bubbles in that one. And then whenever this one fills up...
Bring it in here close, camera woman. So he's filling up this one, and then he's got a pump that he's pumping water into this one, and then he's hand carved out a hole that he's put water hose through, so that when the water gets up here, it flows out of this one into this one, and the cycle continues. And that's what you have to do when you're the very much older child on the farm. How's it going?
good.
I heard you've got a hole in your black bucket.
Yeah, I need to. I just got done with hand carving it, and I found the drill. So yeah.
Elon Musk has crashed all those rockets, so don't think that, you know, even the smartest people have to go through variations of their project, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go load some limbs. All right, that's enough. He said, "Mom's so funny." There we go. Watch out, Buck. Watch out, Bubba. We'll talk about it later, but lighting that fire over there was a huge mistake, and it's cost us 2 days. Talk about it later. Oh, and we changed sponsors from Best Choice to Clover Valley. Very good stuff. So we're down here in the creek bottom. It looks so nice, but I was talking about the fire earlier and how it was a mistake. So I've been over there for 8 hours today. You guys were with me. We went and checked on it. We found that calf. About 30 minutes later, our neighbor called and said, "Hey, do you know that fire's getting close to the road?" And obviously you guys were there with me, like it wasn't doing anything. So ran back over there. The fire had sparked back up, and I fought it making fire lines in the woods, and it eventually got by all of them and burned all the way to the road. And I wish I wouldn't have done that, because we've put 10 hours, I would bet, messing with this stupid fire. We could have been here doing stuff on the farm. So that was a lesson learned of don't go on the whim of your pants and do that stuff. But we're down here and we're getting our brush piles cleaned up, and it's gonna look so nice. So we got a huge limb over there, we got a little brush pile, then we got a brush pile over there, and then we got to feed these guys. So you might be sitting at home going, Ty, why are you taking these brush piles? You could just pile them up right there and burn them. Well, I don't want to hurt that big pecan tree. And I don't want to hurt that big pecan tree. There's another pile right over there. That's right beside the fence. And I think it'd be better to move it over here. And another reason is we rented an excavator and the ground got torn up right here a little bit. So my thinking is, if we burn it all here, we're bringing all that dirt and all that ash. Whenever it burns, we're gonna be able to go around with the drag and drag it out and help level that spot. So that's kind of my reasoning for taking this stuff and consolidating it in this particular spot, because the ground underneath it isn't very good. We haven't ever shown them our cave. It's where Kirsten makes me sleep whenever I get in trouble. There's a sleeping bag up in there. So, of course, tripod and camera fell over when I had a huge limb. Carried that guy over with the skid steer, and that was about all she wanted. Pretty big boy right there. I don't know what it is about this dead grass, but it's like that grapple. You can sit it down and it just rakes that dead grass up. It's really impressive. Kind of my first few times using a grapple. Whenever I would rent skid steers before, I really wouldn't mess with the grapple very much, but they are very handy. I'm going to show you guys how much better this looks. There's our spot where we initially got that stuff over here. Look how much better it looks underneath this pecan tree. Just got a few straggler pieces of limb. Hopefully that tree doesn't die, but it might. That huge limb broke off just right there. We got to come down here. We got to pull up those, and having that grapple does make me feel a lot better about our creek bottom cleanup project. I'm gonna go ahead and drive the tractor home because we got to put diesel in it. We're kind of done with it down here for right now. Gonna leave the skid steer and got to feed Bull and the stooges, and I gotta go check on that stupid fire again. That was not very smart on my part, but it really went fine. Everything went fine burning the grass. What didn't go fine was it got into the timber, and there's a bunch of dead timber, and it's gonna be good that it burned, but it's been a headache the past few days. So we're gonna drive the tractor up, go do that stuff. Well, you guys, it happened. We officially ran out of hay. But that's not all bad news, because I found some. This is sprayed, fertilized hay. It was about a mile from where the cows are, and it may be a good hay source for the future. So may actually have worked out for the best that we ran out, because now we may have found some good hay. So I'm gonna grab a couple bales. I'm here with the brush hog. We're gonna put out some hay, then we're gonna go up on top of this place and brush hog a little bit. Look at the turkey. Oh, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see the turkeys or not. They're right on the other side of that brush pile. Well, we rolled out some hay, 2 bales of hay at our hog damage, one of our hog damage areas. We're gonna stop and grab the net wrap, and then we're gonna go up on the hill and start mowing. So I made it up here on top of this place. As you can see, looks like a whole bunch of little elm trees, tall grass. Really needs to be mowed. So this is what we're gonna start on for perspective. Oh, and a thorn bush, golly. For perspective, it's about at least knee high. So we're gonna work for a while cleaning up what we can. I told you guys at the beginning I had big news for the farm. You've heard me talk about this soil health program that the Oklahoma Conservation Commission put on this year. I try to apply for all the programs that I can. This is the first time I've seen it open. They've done it before, I just didn't catch it. We are finalists. So we're gonna get a phone call. It's gonna be like a 30-minute interview, and they're gonna ask us what we've done, what we want to do, what our plans are. So if you guys have some good thoughts about what we can do to improve our soil health, leave it in the comments. You're gonna wanna subscribe, because we could possibly have 3 solid years of doing a lot of soil improvement stuff. That's what this program is. Essentially almost $40,000 over 3 years to do soil improvements as a reimbursement program. So essentially we pay for it, and the Oklahoma Conservation Commission, once they approve what we did, will pay us back. So if you guys love land improvement and all that stuff, you're gonna wanna subscribe. But leave your comments, any ideas you got. Virtual collar, probably my number 1 thing. Virtual fencing for the cows. Number 2, planting cover crops, fertilizing, any lime we may need. You guys, any ideas you got? I think I'd like to put places going down into the pond that are more structured, where the cows don't go and spend a bunch of time in the ponds. Maybe like a mobile water station that when you put the cows in their paddocks, you move a water station there with them. That way they don't have to walk back to the pond. All kinds of cool stuff that we can come up with, guys. So let's get to mowing. I think this is gonna look a lot better once we work on it for a while. The power company actually has the power cut off to our house, so I don't know what Kirsten and the boys are doing. They may be sweating it out, wishing they were somewhere else. So we may put up the drone and we'll get to mowing. Gonna work for about another hour, then I'm gonna go home and see Kirsten and the boys. This is our last day off before we got to go back to work. I want to thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for the kind words. If you haven't yet, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next week.